There we go. A little motivation for you this morning. Excuse my voice. What's up, Dana? Excuse my voice to everybody that just jumped on. The enemy tried to take my voice last night. I feel better than I actually sound, so it's okay. I'm not like sick. I just don't have a voice, but it's all good. I'm still fired up to be here this morning, fired up for everything that you just heard. Again, a lot of this stuff we already know, but the question is, are we doing what we know? Are we doing what we know? You heard so many things in there that hopefully you were like, man, I do need to get on it. I do need to think that way. I do need to have that mindset going. You probably heard a bunch of things, but how much are we applying in our life? I know you know these things. I know you know what you should do. Just like Tony Robbins said at the end, we all got a list of shoulds. I should do this. I should jump on this call. I should make a phone call. I should go to the gym. I should eat right. I should save my money. Like we always have the shoulds. But what's your must? What's your standard? What's your expectation that you hold for yourself that is not going to allow you to have a should? It's going to change into a must. Ask yourself these questions, ladies and gentlemen, as we go through this. Here's some notes that I wrote down for y'all. Decide to win. Decide to win. Like, have you made the decision yet that we're going to do whatever it takes to win? Winning is whatever it looks like in your life. Health, wealth, love, happiness, faith life, whatever it is. What does winning look like to you? And have you decided to win? I hope you have. You got to take ownership of that. You got to take ownership of your life. That's what this is about, ladies and gentlemen. The reason you jump on these calls is because we're the ones going out to design our ideal life, which means we're taking ownership for our life, our decisions, the things that we choose to do. That's how we get to the life that we don't need a break from. It's an internal game, not an external game, not what your coworker is doing or your spouse is doing or your friends are doing. It has nothing to do with them. It has everything to do with you. So have you made the decision to win and have you taken ownership? We need to focus. How many times have we talked about that word focus? Follow one course until successful. That sounded horrible. Follow, follow one course. Look at that. Follow one course until successful, right? We gotta make sure we're eliminating distractions, eliminating distractions, whatever it is that's distracting you, people, places, things that are taking you away from the person you're called to be. You got to eliminate them. You got to cut them out of your life slowly. You got to have the blinders on. Again, this is only for people that want to go off and create their ideal life. You're on this call because you want to go off and do something more, do something greater than what you have now. So after we put a vision down, we have to start to eliminate distractions. We have to start to change our mindset around things. How do we think about our family? How do we think about our associations? Changing your thinking, change your life, eliminate those distractions. I wrote this down about overwhelm. A lot of people I talk to are overwhelmed. And they said in there, overwhelmed comes from overconsumption with a lack of decisions. Overwhelm comes from overconsumption, meaning you're over consuming something, social media, whatever it could be, like television. You're over consuming. You're getting all types of ideas, thoughts, images, things going into your mind, and you're not making any decisions on them. You're not making any choices. You're not changing anything. You're just taking it all in and sitting in the same spot. That's how we get overwhelmed. When people come to me and they're like, oh, it's so many things. It's really not. It's just a couple things. We just haven't made any decisions on those things. We haven't changed anything. If nothing changes, nothing changes. If we don't change, our situation doesn't change. So are we mindful? Are we being mindful of what we have to change in order for our life to change? We have to focus on solutions. Focus on solutions. I wrote that down. I put a big star next to it. Many of us are focused on the problem. Many of us are focused on what's wrong, on what needs to be fixed. Are we focused on solutions? I used to have a mentor of mine. Right? When you get into mentorship and leadership, you have a lot of people that talk to you, that need to talk to you. And it's all good because we welcome that. He used to tell me all the time, though, he said, Chris, don't allow people to just dump everything on you. If they're going to give you their problems, it's fine, but make them come up with some solutions before they give you all of the problems. You can take them and you can listen, but they need to have two or three solutions to their own problems that they'll also bring to you. And you guys can work it out that way. But when people only come to you with just the problems and no solutions, they're actually not trying to get better. They're just venting. They're just getting it out. They can go get it out somewhere else. For us, we want to go off and design our ideal life. We got to focus on solutions. Okay, here's the problem. I need two, three solutions. What can I go do? How can this change? What can I do to make this happen? Remember, a question opens the mind. A statement closes the mind. If we say, it's not possible, I can't do it, that doesn't work, I don't have the money, I can't get off, whatever it is, that's a statement. It closes the mind. What about when we open the mind? When we ask the question, how could I afford it? How could I make it happen? How does it work? That's how we focus on solutions, ladies and gentlemen. So we got to focus on solutions. Do whatever it takes. Do whatever it takes to get to where you got to go. I hope you understand this journey of getting to your ideal life. It's going to require you to become different. It's going to require you to sacrifice. It's going to require you to do hard things, make hard decisions, have hard conversations. Like, I hope you're willing to do those things because that's the only way we get there. It's the only way you get to the life that you want is by doing the hard things. You've heard me say this over and over again. It's not new. But are we doing what we know? Are we actively doing hard things every day? Are we actively pushing ourselves out of our comfort zone every day? Or are we just sitting in it? If we're not changing something and we're not getting uncomfortable, it's likely we're not going to get to the life that we want. And that's what we're here to do. Get to the life that you deserve. But you got to change. You got to do whatever it takes. Eventually, you got to be sick and tired of being sick and tired. I wrote that down. Eventually, you just got to be sick and tired of being sick and tired. You heard, I think it was Eric Thomas in there, talk about like he was tired of losing. He's just tired of losing. So what did he do? He decided to do something about it. This comes back to what we talk about in our 177 mental toughness secrets of the world class. It says one of them that champions, operate out of objective reality. We've talked about that, not in delusion. Do you know you're losing in life? Like, there's some areas of your life that you're losing. Are you honest with yourself? Or do you think you're winning in all the areas? You think you're winning in your finances, in your spiritual life, in your health, in your relationships? Do you feel like you're winning? Or are you honest and saying, man, I'm losing in this area? It's when you get sick and tired of being sick and tired that you're honest with yourself and you're like, I'm not doing well in this area. I'm not good. That then we start to take ownership and do the work. That's what it takes. But you can't delude yourself, right? We talked about this. Most people won't say that they're obese. They'll just say they're a little overweight. That's delusion. If by the guidelines, you're, what is it, 30 pounds over or 40 pounds over or whatever your ideal age body weight is, you're technically obese. But we don't call ourselves that. We say we're overweight. We say we got a little weight to lose. We delude ourselves with how bad we're doing. But you can't do that if you want to go get to your ideal life. You got to be completely 100% honest with yourself. And you got to be sick and tired of being sick and tired. You got to be tired of losing. You got to be tired of watching other people win. You got to be tired of not getting to your goals. You got to be tired of not having the things you want. You got to be so tired of it that you do whatever it takes. That's how we do it, ladies and gentlemen. You get so sick and tired that you do whatever it takes. When you're comfortable, you don't do whatever it takes. When you're comfortable, you negotiate the price. You say, well, should I? Can I? I don't know. Maybe. That's what happens when we're comfortable. We're in a comfort zone. We're used to where we are. Even if we don't like it, we're comfortable. So how do we get there? How do we get to that next version of ourselves? Doing the uncomfortable things, doing the hard things, pushing ourselves out of our comfort zone on a daily basis. This is not once a month. This is not for an hour and a half every week. This is consistently, every day. This is your mindset. This is how you operate. Change your thinking. You change your life. Eric Thomas in there talked about being specific. Being specific. Mentor of mine used to always say you only get the goals that are measurable, that are specific. You put a timeline on them, you can measure them, and they are specific. Too many of us have the vision, have the goal. Man, this is my year. Like Eric Thomas said, this is my year. Well, what steps do I got to do to get there? I don't know, but this is my year. It's not the way it works. You got to be specific. You got to measure. You got to say, hey, by the end of April, by the end of May, here's where my bank account will be. Hey, by the end of May, here's what it looks like in my household. Here's where I spend my time. Here's what my calendar looks like. Here's how many people I've brought into business. Here's how many things I've sold in business. Like, you have to have measurable things that are helping you get to the life that you want. It's not all just hoping and fairies and right, all that foo-foo stuff that's up there. It's a part of it that you got to have a vision. The next part is you got to be specific. You got to measure something. You got to know that you're moving in the right direction. Why do we focus on our health in that way? It's easy to measure our weight. It's easy to measure your weight. You step on the scale, you see if you lost weight. It's a measurable thing. It's easy to say, hey, by the end of April, I'm going to be X amount of pounds. By the end of May, I'm going to be X amount of pounds. I'm going to have X amount of body fat. Yeah, easy to say because it's measurable. What about your other goals? What about your financial goals? What about your relationship goals? What about your spiritual life? What about your mental toughness? How do we measure that? How do we keep going? These are the things you got to focus on. Ladies and gentlemen, you want to get to the next level in your life, hold yourself to a higher expectation. Hold yourself to a higher expectation because there's a price tag for greatness. Hold yourself to a higher expectation than other people. Like, other people should not have a higher expectation for yourself than you do. Nobody has a higher expectation for myself than me. You have to hold yourself to the highest expectation of what you know is possible, what you know you're capable of doing. And don't fall below that. Keep the small promises you make to yourself. That's how we build confidence. Hold yourself to a higher expectation. And this is the last note. Keep going. Keep going, y'all. Keep going. Don't stop. It's okay to slow down. It's not okay to stop. When you have a vision for the life that you want, when you have a vision for where you're going, when you know the life that you want to live, when you can see it in your mind's eye, you might not be able to see it around you, but you can see it in your mind's eye. You can see what your family life looks like. You can see what your finances look like. You can see where you're getting fulfillment. You can see where you're traveling to or what material things you have or who you've become as a man or woman. You can see it. You just got to keep going. That means that's your vision. If you can't get it out of your mind, if you keep seeing it, it's because God gave it to you, not to anybody else. So you got to keep going. You got to keep going. You can't stop. Can't get weary in doing good work, right? You got to just keep going. Keep this process. Keep shifting your mindset. Keep pushing yourself out of your comfort zone. Keep doing the things that challenge you. Your future self, the person that's up ahead, is going to thank you that you sacrificed, that you went through these hard times. You just got to keep going. That's the key, consistency. We've talked about it a bunch on these calls, but it's just a reminder that you got to stay consistent. If you want to get to the life that you don't need a break from, you can't take a break. If you want to get to a life that you don't need a break from, can't take a break. Got to keep going. It's okay to get a sip of water. It's okay to rest up a little bit and keep moving, but you can't stop. Got to keep going. Go out, do something today that scares you. Do something today that pushes you out of your comfort zone. Do something today that your future self is going to thank you for. Do something this weekend that was different than last weekend. Have a better conversation, a different conversation, a harder conversation. Go to an event that you normally don't go to. Get around people that you normally don't get around. Do something this weekend that challenges this version of you to become the best version of you. Your life is going to change, y'all. I love you guys. Thanks for sticking with me. Even though my voice is raspy, I still feel good. It's just I don't got a voice. It's all good, though. Thanks for sticking with me, Ron. I appreciate you. I appreciate all you guys. I love all you guys. I want you to continue to win, continue to grow, continue to learn, continue to get to the best version of yourselves. Just going to take a little bit of work on your part. That's all. But we're all here to go off and do it together. I'll see you guys on Monday. Hopefully my voice will be back then. Take care. Have a good weekend.